Wholeness, beautiful beings, welcome to my channel. My name is Nadra Rashida. Welcome to Notes of Nadra Rashida. Evening is winding down, it's getting late, and I guess you could say I'm running out of time. What do I mean by that? Well, I guess it depends on one's perception of time and how does one perceive time. What is the true nature of time? So the title of this video, or this message, is Productivity. Your paradigm controls your use of time. What is paradigm? A paradigm is your belief system. It is your relationship to how your beliefs manifest your active reality and how you interact with that reality. And it's like this perpetual dance with life. And in the words of Bob Proctor, I'm a huge fan of that philosopher. He's no longer, his body is no longer here, but his consciousness resides on, but back in the early 20 teens, I studied him for about 2 years or so on his philosophy of prosperity. And with prosperity philosophy, it focuses in on holding yourself accountable and responsible for the reality that you find yourself in. Right? We are creatures of free will and free choice. That is our part of our programming as beings having a human experience. So I find, with all of the different alleys and pathways, when it comes to religions and spiritualities, which I will always remain open. I, if anything, I am on the pathless path in my life. But yeah, let's get into it a little bit. So currently, right now in my life, I am having to face the reality of time management. And what does that mean? We're all given the same 24 hours a day. Whether you find yourself in prison, homeless on the street, a CEO running a multi-billion dollar, multi-million dollar business, a public servant, your teacher, firefighter, nurse, doctor, you run your own small business as an independent, you're a musician, you're an artiste, you are a traveler, you live out of your van. I mean, you're sick in a hospital somewhere, or you're healthy, running marathons, training for triathlons. I mean, there's so much, so many experiences that are alive and moving and flowing all around us when it comes to the individual experience. But one thing we can all agree on is that we wake up in the morning, whatever time that may be for you, wherever you are at this point, because I think I have a viewer based in England, I think somewhere in Europe. Forgive me, I'll look again. Thank you for checking in and tuning in. But we all have the same amount of time, 24 hours and then some, right? But one thing that I think the most valuable asset to any human being is your time. It is not money. Money is the result of choices and circumstances and energy and effort or lack thereof that manifests into your life. It's just a tool per se. But your time is your true currency in this world and in your life. That is the thing where you give it, you can't get it back. You can't get more time. You are allotted a certain amount of time in your lifeline during your lifetime. You use it, you give it, or you keep it. It doesn't matter. But I find that I'm hitting a wall here, meaning with my own personal relationship with productivity. We're trained to be these automatic, to work like robots. You know, that's what they're kind of gearing us towards anyway. Um, and less of an organic lifestyle and more towards a synthetic. You get up, you eat breakfast, you go to work, you do the this, you do the do, you do whatever the roles that you have before you, whether you're like for teaching and whatever your profession is. You come home, eat dinner, you bond with the family, you do your whatever you do for the your evening rituals, you go to bed, you wake up, do the same thing over and over and over. um and that's kind of a set program that's part of the reason why the school system, the educational system, is it's set up to where they focus on you wearing IDs and being on time, and you hear the bell toot, it tells you when to go to your next session. And it's all part of the programming. But one thing I've noticed, as being a working adult for so many years at this point, started working when I was 16, 17 years old. um it's like there's just, I feel like in this profession right now, there's just not enough time in the day. And I constantly find myself beating myself up. What am I doing wrong? How am I using all the time that I have? Am I managing my time wisely? Because there's so much to do. There's so little time to just decompress. And the only time I find that I can decompress is if I sacrifice doing something on my to-do list, the never-ending to-do list. Um, I know working full-time and balancing graduate school and professional development and all the little in-betweens of adulting and being an adult in society, paying your rent, running errands, doing laundry, doing the groceries, shopping, practicing my instruments, writing, making these videos. Like, it's just, there's always something to do. And I feel like there's not enough time to decompress. And it's like, am I consciously agreeing to this way of life, or is this something that's built for me and that I just kind of go with, right? And so yeah, I guess if I haven't lost you so far in this video, it's just, I'm asking myself, like, do I because I feel like I have some kind of form of undiagnosed OCD. I do. There has to be something, because I'm a bit quirky with certain things and how I do certain things. And I don't have any shame about that. No one's perfect. We all got our little thing that we twitch out about. But it's like I was sitting down and making my study schedule, work schedule for this week, and just looking at my overall to-do list and the meetings that I have and the assignments that are due and the exams and all this other stuff. And it's like I divvy up so much time to get some of the things done, and there's still so much, like, it's just never ending. And I don't know if it's because I am in grad school, and so that's like it's pretty much a second job. But I don't know, I'm just looking at it. And I remember being an undergrad in college as a young adult, and I think I almost had an overload in first year, because I was double majoring in French and music at the time. And I had, I think, 18 credit hours, which is a very heavy load. They won't, if you have to have a certain GPA to get like over 18, but I think it was 16.5, 17, 8, I can't remember. It was a lot. And taking heavy classes, a lot of music classes. And I don't know, I think the best out of all of that I managed well, that was top priority for me, was my music, and just being able to set aside hours upon hours upon hours to study my craft at the time, which was my voice, which was classical music. It was not a problem to set aside 4 to 6 hours, on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and practice my music. Yeah, I went out and had fun and I socialized and whatnot, but I just, it was easy for me to pinpoint and focus on one thing and then produce something magical and amazing and damn near perfect when I was called to do so. But now, as I'm much older and live life a little bit, and I'm in a different career path, this career path is very much, you're constantly juggling, and it's like a jack of all trades, master of none. You're having to perfect how you manage your energy, how you manage your time, and being realistic and finding that balance. And it is not easy. You can really overdo it in one thing. It's almost like if I put all of my all in my college courses, then my caseload suffers. If I put all of my all in my caseload, then my then my school, my courses get off, my grad work gets off track. If I going back and forth between grad work and my caseload, as far as for special education, it's IEPs, it's like, then I have to remind myself, oh, I have my professional development course. And then it's my own interests, such as making these videos and making my music and doing my artwork. It's like, it's a lot. And then on top of that, finding the time to meditate and to stay centered and to cleanse and to do the things that are important to me, like my Ashtanga practice. I get up at 4:30 every morning to do that because it's important for me to do that. It keeps me physically fit. It cleanses a lot of energy. It does a lot of I like, Ashtanga is a way for me to cleanse first thing in the morning, because it's a very powerful practice once you find your groove. But it's like I have so many things going on that it's like, where's my center, right? But it's a constant thing, and I wanted to bring this up, you know, um, because I know I made a video about knowing your why, and knowing your why is part of your belief system. And when you are conscious about what you believe in and you know why you believe in something, your paradigm becomes super crystal clear. Do I find that my paradigm is super crystal clear? Well, it's kind of hard to say. It's like when you have two papers that are due, when you have tests and exams and quizzes, when you have meetings with parents, when you have students that are constantly having behavioral issues, when you are you have evaluations coming up on your profession in a week, you got your professional development training, and now you just signed up for the union, so you're looking into other professional development opportunities that may take up time and travel in the near future. And it's just this like, where's my center in this? It's so important to find your center so that your paradigm is crystal clear. So I feel like doing things that will enrich my soul, like meditation and Ashtanga and my music and my artwork, those are very, very, very important. But yeah, this message is more of like an SOS, I guess, because I know I'm not the only human being, experiencing this. Yes, I do work the typical 9 to 5 with all the added responsibilities I have listed in this video already. But it's like, right now I am finding my center. I feel like I'm exactly where I need to be. I feel like I am being stretched and pressed exactly how I need to, and what, so I don't know. It's an interesting space, given that I do struggle with perfectionism. I do struggle with control. And I think that's what perfectionism is a sense of, like, this false sense of control. And it kind of, there's probably underlying reasons in my personality why I live the way that I live. But I just, yeah, it's like, man, I try very hard not to beat myself up when I can't get it all done, right? It's like my trainer, she's saying, you can do anything, but you can't do everything. And no one, and that's hard for me to swallow, because I don't want to be told, hey, you can't do it. You can't do everything. You can't do this and you can't do that. Because I automatically want to do it. But to reach that performance level of competence and confidence and clarity and know-how takes time. And like developing a management system where everything is super organized. I know how to do this. I know how to analyze that. I know how to place information and organize it in a way where it's easy for me. And like, it's easy. It's so easy that a caveman could do it, right? They could look at my data collection. They could look at my progress monitoring. They could look at all my plans and understand it. Like a stranger can understand with what I'm doing. And to get to that type of level, it's like, it's a lot. It's quite a lot. Education is quite a lot. And I'm one where in the near future, I see myself dwindling down into a niche and not so spread out. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit my nature to have so many, to juggle so many balls all at once. I am one where I like to master my craft. That it just fits. It feels natural. I'm aware of what I'm doing, and when I'm aware of what I'm doing, I could focus on my weaknesses, and I can use my strengths, and it just becomes that much easier for me to expand beyond my own limitations. But it's so difficult to do that when I feel like I'm constantly all over the place. Like, and then I ask myself, like, who is this really helping? It's teaching me things, that's for sure. It's teaching me about my own limitations. It's teaching me about myself and about other people and how to collaborate, how to work well or better with people. But like, I truly believe that the best fit for me is becoming a master at a craft and allowing that to be my guiding light. And I don't, what does that look like right now? I'm not quite sure. What would that look like in 5 years? I'm actively manifesting that vision for myself. Because again, I'm one that I like to kind of push the envelope a little bit for myself. Like, I'm one that I don't like to get too comfortable in any situation, right? I like to push the envelope. I like to do things that are abnormal, that other people will be like, why are you doing that? Or that's weird, And I don't do that for anyone's approval. That's the thing. It's just I do what I do because I want to do it, because I feel called to do it. But that, when it comes to my career right now, and I see that, especially in public service like education, there's so much you could do with education. Education is probably one of the most, the ability to teach another is a powerful gift. It is a powerful craft. Just like learning an instrument, just like learning a language, just like learning is such a powerful experience. Teaching is a powerful experience that can take you down so many avenues. So I'm not one where it's like, oh, I learn a trade and that's it. That's not me. But I'm also one where I want to master my craft. And I'm seeing that this is a journey. This is something that it's not going to just happen overnight. Because it's my first experience having to build a management system. What do I mean by that? I mean like organizing multiple documents, data collection, all that other stuff, to where it's comprehensible. It's comprehensive to me and to people who need to engage with my content. Um, but with this whole management system, I feel like I'm being called to ask, like, how am I managing my energy? Because at the end of the day, your time is energy. Um, Sorry, I got a message there. So yeah, I hope this message was easy to follow. It is late. Um, did I achieve all the goals and everything on my schedule, my study schedule tonight? No. But did I do everything, a little bit of everything that I set out to do on the list? Yes. Did I complete some things? Yes. And I also, I stopped eating out. Like I have these, it's so crazy. It's like, the first couple of months, I lit, like, in my new apartment, I swear, like, I didn't even cook. I have these moments where I will go months without, when I'm single especially, months sorry, that's the furnace, months where I don't eat out and I just cook everything by hand. And then if I'm in any kind of transitional space in my life, I'll eat out, maybe a little bit too much. And I think it's like a way for me to decompress some of the stress. But I've been enjoying cooking my meals. But I say all that to say this is like, I have to have enough energy to just relax when I get home. So I cook and then making a video, and then I'm gonna hop in the shower and then maybe squeeze out a meditation. I will try. And if that doesn't happen, I'm not gonna beat myself up. I just know now that how I currently have my relationship with time and time management isn't viable. It's not sustainable, right? It's like I feel like I'm literally pushing myself to my limits because I can't fit everything I want to do in a day. If I could try that, but I don't think it would be very healthy for me, and I think it would really begin to hurt my mental health if I tried to do every little thing to the T, knowing my personality and my perfectionism and probably undiagnosed OCD, right? Like I have to have a little bit of breathing room, because at times it's like there's so much to do that I call it the freeze out, where I just freeze and things don't get done that need to get done in a timely fashion because I get overwhelmed by having so much to do. So my attempt, like with what I'm trying to say, like, cleaning, right? And this is why minimalism is a great thing for me, because the less crap I have, the less I gotta clean up. But I was thinking, instead of having a whole full cleaning day, take a whole day or two to clean, 15 minutes cleaning my bathroom, 15 minutes washing some dishes, 15 minutes vacuuming the floor. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to really figure out and map out what works for me. And because there's a lot of compare and contrast, unfortunately, where I work, where it's like, which is good but also kind of a hindrance, because I'll be on my track, I'm like, okay, this is starting to work for me, and then someone's like, oh, I have this idea, why don't you try it out? And it's like, I have to be confident that in my self-discovery with finding my flow, and all this, also trying to, like, get my business idea off the ground, and it's just quite a lot. So this is more of a vent, more of a self-reflection video, of productivity, and like, yeah, your belief system, and the base of what I'm trying to say is that your paradigm controls your how you use your time. And so ask yourself what your belief system is. What do you truly believe in? And that is where all your time is going, right? I believe in education, right? I believe in creativity. I believe in cooking good food, healthy food for myself. I believe in sharing authentic parts of myself with the public. I believe in my artwork. I believe in one day having a functional business, independently owned. I believe in study and mastery. But it's like I want to go deeper into that, like why, right? Because once things become crystal clear for me, I can better use my time. Because I don't think I use my time to its fullest potential. It's like, and I think also I feel that once I begin to block moments throughout my day specifically just for me, not to do anything, or just for me time, and I do that on a daily basis, you know, it will also help with managing all that's going on in my life right now. But I am blessed. I am grateful. I have my health. I got a working vehicle. I got a full-time job that I is it tough? Is the environment very challenging? Of course it is. But I'm being challenged in ways that it's just developing me into a better human being. I have food to eat, gas in my car. I have friends, family who love me, and support what I'm doing. I sleep well. My sleep is getting much better. I struggled with sleep for about over a year, and just in the past, I'd say month or so, my sleep pattern has finally started to become a bit normal again. Do I still go to bed super late? Yeah, I think the worst thing when it comes to my time management is sleep. And that work anxiety is real. You think of all the 20 different things that you need to do, you didn't do. And so you kind of and you feel like you're missing out on something. It's just a weird phenomenon, but that's one thing I want to really work on, is getting the best sleep I can possibly get, which is going to bed at a certain time. And I just have to be okay with not being able to do everything all at once all the time. It's just not healthy. But yeah, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. So I'm tired. I'm going to hop in the shower now and maybe just crash out, as the kids say. But just crash and do my writing ritual and light a candle and put out good intentions. The full moon portal isn't open yet, but it will be. But yeah, I'm okay. I just, wanted to get that off my chest, I guess, because it's not easy, but I'm trying. I'm trying. May this message find you well and whole. Let me know what you think and how you feel about it. I'm always open to your wonderful comments and insights. So thank you. I feel so grateful. I have over 700 subscribers, which is cool. I'm not obsessed about the numbers game, because it's all AI and all digital synthetic anyway, coding, software. It's neither here nor there. We believe that this thing is real, that the internet is real. but we run away from what is real within ourselves anyway. So it's like, But, in this on this digital platform, I'm reaching somebody. But anyway, have a good night. Sweet, sweet dreams.